Hello children, welcome to e-learning. This side Shiven sir, and we are going to study today chapter 9 of your English grammar book, Verbs.
What are verbs? Words that express an action or tell us what a person is, was, does, did, or has had are called verbs. For example, Ruskin Bond is a famous author. In the sentence, is a verb. It shows what Ruskin Bond is. In the second one, he has written many stories for children. In this one, has written is the verb. What he has done. And in the third one, he has a house in Missouri. Has is the verb. What does he have? A house. Now, let's look at transitive and intransitive verbs. What is a transitive verb? The verb that requires an object to complete its sense is a transitive verb. It means after the verb there will be an object. For example, he kicked the ball. The another one, she invited all her friends to the party. He kicked what? The ball. And in the second one, she invited whom? All her friends. It means if we want to find out whether there is any object in the sentence or not, we should make a question with what or whom to the verb. If we get the answer, it means that will be object, and if we don't get, it means there won't be any object. Once more, I'm telling, he kicked what? The ball. There is object. It means kicked is transitive verb. Now, intransitive verb. The verb that doesn't require any object to complete its sense is an intransitive verb. For example, Jack walked slowly to the school. We traveled to London. Let's check whether any object is there in the examples or not. Jack walked whom? Again, with whom, what, or for whom. We have to make question with after verb. Jack walked walk, no answer. Jack walked whom, and Jack walked for whom. We can't get any answer to these questions because they don't make any sense here. And in second one, we traveled what? We traveled whom? We traveled for whom. Again, no answer. This to London we'll get when we make a question, we traveled where? So that will be for adverb. So in these two objects, in these two examples we have seen there aren't objects. It means these two verbs are intransitive verb. Once more, in short method, we can say transitive verb with object, intransitive verb without object. Now let's see verbs of incomplete predication. Words which need the help of some words or a group of words to complete their meaning are called verbs of incomplete predication. These verbs are also known as linking verbs. Linking verbs are to be verbs like is, am, are, was, were, will be, shall be, and some other verbs are considered to be verbs, linking verbs like become, seem, appear, look, grow, taste, remain, etc. Let's see the examples. These fish smell bad. Second example, C.V. Raman became a great scientist. Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India. The tiger looks dangerous. Children, don't be confused with these verbs like smell, became, was, looks. As I have enumerated here the list, these all are considered to be verbs. The highlighted words in these examples are either adjective or they are noun. They are they are telling us something about the nouns. They have been used to complete the sense of verb. So that is why these are known as verbs of incomplete predication. Means they require some other words to complete their meaning. Now let's understand classification of verbs. We can study verbs by dividing it into two parts: main verbs or principal verbs, and the other one helping verbs. First of all, let's have a look on main or principal verbs. Main verbs, like whichever verb means doing words: play, go, eat, run, walk. Okay, these all are main verbs. Main verbs can be divided into weak verbs and strong verbs. What are weak verbs? Weak verbs are those which form their past tense by adding ed, d, or t to the present. For example, let's see these three verbs: cancel, bend, and wash. Cancel base form, that is present tense, first form; cancelled past tense, second form; and cancelled past participle, third form. Bend present form, bent past form, and bent past participle, third form. Wash, washed, washed. What did you notice? In second and third forms, in past forms, we added d, t, or ed. Now strong verbs. Strong verbs form their past tense by changing the inside vowels of their present tense. We will not add any other letter to it. Only inside vowels will be changed, like know, knew, known. Know first form, knew second form, known third form. First form is present form, second form is known as past form, and third form is known as past participle. Ring, rang, rung; run, ran, rung. Now let's talk about auxiliary verbs. First we saw main verbs, and now auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary or helping verbs. We can study helping verbs by dividing it into two parts: primary auxiliary verbs and modal auxiliary verbs. Primary auxiliary verbs, they have be, have, do. Be verb means is, am, are, was, were. Have verbs has, have, had. Do verbs do, does, did. These all are primary auxiliary verbs. With is, am, are, was, were, it's a must that we have to use ing form. With has, have, had, it's must that we should use third form of the main verb. And with do, does, did, first form of the main verb we should use. And another one, modal auxiliary verbs: will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought to. With modal auxiliary verbs, we should use first form of the main verb. Well, children, in this way we have seen here verbs, their classification, and their application. I hope your concept is clear about verbs. Go through the book and see the video, and then you'll have a better understanding of the chapter. Thank you.